shit. I don't remember. The last time I saved. Right here. I played 1 minute. Latest save. Alright, what am I doing here? Create a time paradox. So I do have the Roman plaque. That's check out the Egyptian and the Sumerian. So now I just need to get that one.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back? Oh. Of course. What? How did you know I was trying to... Venus, that is the best news I've ever heard in my life. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how happy you've made me. I wish there was something I could do to thank you properly, but all I can do is tell you where there's a secret. Thank you, friend. In the rock tunnel near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, unfortunately one of those golden huntress if you can figure out how to get past it, I reckon there might be a small fortune waiting for you. Alright.
Alright, let's go get this dude to not sign up for his thing anymore.
How'd you do?
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and... Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must... My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having and I'm hardly the only person. I like to think it is simply the... Well, I am not suffering. Unlikely.
Wait,
I trust you can see...
like trip area.
I'm not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business? An intriguing proposition. Go. Perhaps you're not as silly as those. You know, some time ago, when he still cared for me. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. I confronted him about it. I let it go, eventually, but...
Awesome.
Aren't you charming? I'm quite sure my husband would see. It seems our interests are aligned. But first, I want you to bring... Oh, don't look at me like... Let me tell you something about Malleolus. After all I've done for him, he said it was for my own good, and that tonight, I am so... Thank you. Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quinctius really is. What? He's... Oh no, that's... Give me that immediately. What? No. You tricked me. It was a lie of a mission. I curse you. This is outrageous.
You again. Why would... I suppose that... So... Oh, so much work and... Fine. Ruling this cess... I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal. There. You got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and... Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision. To release Julia Enopius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Okay.
Help me. Thank you.
You? Who are you? Did he send you? And do you know you're here? You have to help me escape. I'm Centilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. So he wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. Sentius, my adoptive... I don't know. He said the gods are on his... Behind me. There's an act. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy... I'm going to take that key from around his... I'm done caring about the Golden Rule. There won't be enough time. Oh, thank you. Now follow... Wait. Did you hear that? He's here. You distract him. stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she? So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Come now. Surely, you see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that... But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit... He was a moralistic fellow. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little... And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine. The next time I awoke, you showed up. But I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my... Just the 4? Not many, but don't worry. I'm sure there'll be another useful... In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took. The path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yeah. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely. To cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself? Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this. But where others might... As I told you the first time we met, by reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after your dust. Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow? Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
The many shall suffer
I have his
for
key.
the sins
I
of
can
the
open
one.
the gate. Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
What you looking at?
Hi there. Give me a bit of a fray. But, well, here I am. Really? I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive. Apparently, the only person to survive was Scintilla. Well, what? Let me see that. God, I've spent a lifetime in this place. This is... I'm not following. So you're saying... I guess you saved my life then. Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used. I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple.
First and 15th.
You go on ahead. I'll be there soon.
Oh yeah. Shoot me an email real quick. Figure out where you're there for the night. I don't know if February's out yet, but... Yeah, it might be out.
You're back! But... Oh, what a relief. Why don't you tell me what you discovered?
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time. That you died, of course. You were my role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has... Usually, most souls would rather ask yourself honestly. As you wish, you were exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten... Unfortunately, as you emerged, a nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out, and left. You both fought bravely. There was nothing you or... He died instantly at the scene. That man's name, you were each in possession of a sacred coin, called Charon's... Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead with a coin. Well, those stories came a long time ago. My master created... My orders were simple. Whenever... That is a question you would have to ask him. I am just his servant. Only now, I find myself bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe... And there was a tablet describing an event. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman... My new friend here.
Maybe not that crazy.
How could you...
She left a tablet of her own. I think she meant for you to read it. Here.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Sentia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, their blood is on my...
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story. You two look exhausted. Why don't...
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready?
Probably just kill him right off. Alright. Okay. What is this? Oh, thank goodness. Alright, let's try not risking this.
You! I don't... Bobby... There's no time. Wait, did you... What? No. You... I hate you. I swear.
What now? He's not here. Dunno. The little Caput murder escaped earlier this morning, while I was taking Yulia to the clinic. Tell him the punishment he... Whatever.
Yes.
Keep an eye out for Sentinel, would you?
Oh, don't mind me. I just live here. Oh, I wish Horatio... I trust you.
This is a rather strange first impression, but I'm going to have to overlook for reasons that will soon become clear. You're probably wondering why I... You? Thank you. Don't be so foolish. If you kill me, we all... Allow me to explain. The crux to illustrate. If you... The same thing would happen. If either of those things... Indeed. Me? And yet, because there's no escape. Except... Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have... And why would I... The only way you're getting this key is over... You see, it was my actions that mean... You might want to think... understand. What do you get now?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
There we go. That should do it.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. Well, here I am. Really? I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, it described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the... and murdered a local magistrate. It said that the voice of a furious god ran. Apparently, as a citizen... God, I've spent... to let me die all over again. A mistake? You murdered a man in cold... Like Pro Picata, you... The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
The second ending's much more of like a positive ending. I have this guy on here. What am I still missing?
I hope you have a good reason for flouting my weapons ban. Where did he go? are they?
Keep an eye out for Centella, would you?
Are they? A new face. Are they? And may vet. Oh my. It's a reasonable question. May.
What?
Salve.
Like a key over here.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune. Okay. Head to this shop and inform me the key from atop the scroll storage rack behind the counter.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. What? That's a big ask. But I doubt I'll be able to get...
Okay, so we do that. Trading shirt, food supplies, reference to 2 and then we just do the same thing. Okay, let's do that.
The 49 melodies fetch again.
Don't you just love springtime?
Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Nobody's told you about Hannibal? So, there was this guy called One day, a few weeks back, said he could hear spirits wailing. Anyway, so I got and hunched over him was something, a creature. What any sane person would have done. Well, it's your feud.
How did you know? Wait, he's here. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she? So that is how... Come. I'd have just a 5. Not a... In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took. Better to end it. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Of course. By reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after your dust. Why, I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely. To cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself? Do you really think... Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
The many shall suffer
I have his
for the
key.
sins
I
of
can
the
open
one.
the gate. Come on. We have to go. The other should be right behind us. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Caleb.
Hi there.
That was scary.
Gave me a bit of a fray. Well, funny you should... He described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind... It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to... I've spent a life... So... I get... Maybe... I'm gonna pause here. You go on ahead.
You're back. Oh.
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. There was nothing he died instant. That man's there is nobody else to ferry here. I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of my new friend here. I know how
Maybe not that crazy. That woman.
How could you...
She left a tablet of her own. I think she... Here.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia and I will never forget you, or what you did for us. It pains us that so many of our dear friends were not so fortunate, including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made it back. But there is no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear. You two look exhausted.
Sounds good to me.
And you?
Yeah, there's one more ending I gotta get.
I've made a decision to release Yulia and Ulpius and...
Salve. Oh. Yulia? Oh no. All right, I can do... Poor Virgil. All right, let me see. What? Are you... You're serious, aren't you? I doubt... I'll go, but once I'm done...
It's pretty straightforward.
Greetings and salutations. My and I hope that our hello. Do you love? Love. Bye bye.
Hello? Are you... Very well. Another time.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like Diana's.
Alright, so we just gotta wait for this thing to trigger out. Intellection.
Track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money, wasted. As you wish, sir. Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising. But thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default.
Actually, I'd like to nominate myself, if that's all right.
Of course, Galerius. That's your right. Citizens, the election will proceed.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you... How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you all... You're toying with me. You're a bit like... Oh, Sisyphus. Yeah, that... Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of it, forcing him to start... Oh, actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a... Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But, on the bright side... Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. Oh, and I'm in the running for magistrate. Feeling kind of nervous, but I'm hoping it'll all be worth it. Oh, now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although... Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy.
A new face. It must be completed by dusk. Just the same, it'll be between Sentius. Why do you ask? As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk. Yes, I have overheard very well. Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Time to go to the theater.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and great nominee Gallus Galerius Helva. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote.
Why are you pushing
I'll
at me
start
then?
with you, Horatius.
No, you're blowing. You're going like this.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The
Man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helva.
What?
It's been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out of here?
I'm sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius. I'm so happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Hello? Oh, thank you. You can have my shiny plaque, and maybe you can help me find... My friend Hannibal used to look after me, but before that, he told me... He gave me a key to the cisterns. Please help me find it. Oh, thank you. I hope you find it. In the cisterns. Way up. Oh, look over there. I can see it. And it's just lying out here. Maybe nobody wants it.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. Oh, you sound serious. You? All right. I'll go.
treatment. Really? Thank God. Finally, some relief after all this time. Thank you, Galerius. You're a good man. And I'll be sure to leave Virgil alone. I know I haven't been at my best lately.
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run.
Just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back. We'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Olgius. I will.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Citizen.
I hope you're coping.
here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will. That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing. I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not? For you, perhaps. Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example? You speak of the moneylender. How is that inconsistent with the rule? And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was enforce the terms of a contract signed voluntarily by others. Ignoring your irritating sense of moral superiority, this is interesting. I'm curious, how do people escape poverty where you're from? I see. And how long might it take such a person to repay their debt? I fail to see how your system of loans is significantly different to a debt bondsman signing over his labor for 30 years. Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want? Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked? The merchant. How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined? I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway. Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation. Not if we're wise enough to know the mind of man. Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want? Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked? Do you honestly think you could do better? I should strike you down for that. Now, did you have any other questions before your reckoning? Very well. My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know? It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, my kin and I all adopted them. In time, we grew fond of the sensory. No. Long ago, I swore to Proserpina that I would remain in this form for as long as... This is like me. She has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians. Or perhaps you might know her as... Your gaze lingers too... That is my servant. Kumutubal to the Sumerians. Kirti to the Egyptians. Her role is to ferry souls. For that, she earned herself the... You will talk more later. As you will. It has come to be known simply. That is a long story. You see, long ago, my kin and I set out from our home. We discovered your planet. You all but destroyed yourselves. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you. So we revealed ourselves to your people. For a time, you flourished. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion. And soon, my kin had seen enough and gave up. We began preparations to return to Elysium, but my Proserpina could not bear to abandon. She made an extraordinary sacrifice. And so she began her inescapable. Horrified, I acted swiftly. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called. It was and is my hope that once there, but he refused. I did everything. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed if even one human city could prove itself capable, then Proserpina and all of humanity, my part would be to remain behind. Alas. And so my reward has been to languish here, so that I might take her with me, and here I am. There were also gods who, like me, have been our leader Jupiter, as well as Neptune, and of course, as the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion. I had them build it. I watched wave after, of course, but after another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive. They built to ensure the wage was fair. To this end, I had my servant distribute whoever died while in possession of one of them. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into... Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come... Some placed coins in the mouths. In fact, almost all. Your kind will have squandered the last. It is a regrettable story. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people. But the erasure did not take complete. His tales were committed to writing. Later, the Egyptians would adapt their Book of the Dead. Then, a warrior named Heracles. They each told embellished tales, and so from Sumer to Egypt. Of course, Good. Then now it is time for your reckoning. Only, it seems, something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see into the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But when I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible? Charon, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here? If that is true, then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
He cannot know.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago, and Proserpine slumbered for 3,000 years. Tread lightly, mortal. Enough of this. It seems I will need to put your reckoning on hold for now. But answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek? Your hubris is amusing, so I will allow you to make your case. But I warn you, if you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments, you face death here. So, tell me, why should I put an end to the so-called Golden Rule? How so? And be specific. You have made a grave allegation, and I expect you to back it up. True. I have witnessed him doing that. He is a volatile and confused fellow, that one. His cruelty does seem to grow greater by the day. Pathetic. You will need to do a lot better than that. That is a very serious accusation, mortal. What sin have I committed? What evidence do you have to support it? Every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure their peers lived virtuously. They failed collectively, and so they were punished collectively. The Romans understand this, as did the Greeks before them. Ah, but I am a god, and you are a mortal. Why would you expect me to treat you as I treat my own kind? Let me ask you this. Do you ensure they have food? Of course. Where to begin? In which time we accumulate. Because that is the source of our power. You could say that. My kin have no superiors. That is... Make your point. Let me ponder that for a moment. If you're right, then it would follow. How can I accept your argument when Wait, what? You have spoken eloquently. And yet, if what you say is... But that would mean Jupiter, Proserpina's father, who knew more about you than anyone, proposed a wager I could never win. A mistake? That he's the... Your words sting me, mortal. But perhaps it is what I deserve. As difficult as this is to admit, I've been so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that in time I began to despise your kind. But my rage was not born of malice. Who knew this empathy of yours? This has gone on too long. But know this. If I abandon the wager and leave for... Very well. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you... Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment, what will become of you is difficult to predict. But that is the risk. Now, farewell.
Oh. Well, here I... Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of... I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to... Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped. They believed that if even one person... Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good... An oracle appeared and told him how to... Saving the life of a dot, preventing the suicide, freeing a falsely... Foiling an assassinate, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, and the doors just... Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle because the next thing he knew, the ground shook, and the voice of that... Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that. What became of him, and the other people who lived, and did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse? What? Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that... I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure no... You go on ahead.
You're back! But... Oh, what a... Why don't you tell me what you did?
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am sorry. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, that most people find comfort in familiar. That you died, of course. My role. Most soul. Ask your... As you... that man's... You... It means... I am now bereft. There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. Perhaps... my order... It means... There is nobody... I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now.
Kinda lost track of time in there. And there was a tablet describing an oracle who...
Sounds like quite a story. You two look exhausted.
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are...
Hey, you made it. I read your book, and what the critics said about it. After everything you've been through, I thought... So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galarius. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, Why don't you head on down there?
You're finally here. Remember? It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Charon appeared, even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only for some... Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation. I wanted to say thanks. Oh, I used Charon's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I know! I can't believe my luck either. We're planning to get married next spring. Of course.
Oh, hello.
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. So, I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious. Galarius, it feels we're just so thankful for what he... Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered See you.
Hello. Bye-bye.
Oh, and of course. Oh, I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful guy. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Did you know there are entire... And you can travel almost anywhere. Oh, sorry, you... I have no... Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire. As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money after the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me. Thank you. Ugh, someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, even in your time. Apparently he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket. Nigeria? Well, you are the... Huh. You too? I hope so.
Hi there. Lucy, if the world knew we died 2000... Speaking of which, I'm studying. When it ended, I realized You too.
Hey.
Hi there. I understand we have you to thank. I'm living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. The world's changed a lot. But still, I have to keep the ones who... Ah, you remembered that. In the words of Epictetus, remind... Thanks. He's not my... Oh, he had more trouble adapting. He got himself disqualified from the UFC. So he started supposed appeal to people's baser instinct, but his luck finally ran out. You're not... And...
I take it you're the... Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't... I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, she knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. But he's been dealt with. He's... anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's... He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Eternal torment. Meh, You too.
Greetings. I am reacquainting myself with Greece. Perhaps one day. I hope you will join me there.
Hello.
You too, my friend.
I wanted to... I'm just so happy to... Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so... Mostly that means baking for my...
Is it not?
Thank you. You...
The bald dudes.
I take it you're the oracle everybody... We have. I never thought I'd leave that cave. And it seems I have... I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classic. Not that I need the money, but... My sincere...
Some soiree, innit? Ah, hello at last. Listen, I wanted to express my sincere... Whatever you did in that temple made me a most great... I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and, in fact, I was hoping to ask your advice. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old... Oh, of course, yeah, I was just... Of course, that...
Good evening.
Can't remember this chicken.
Oh, hello. It's lovely. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure that, but thank you for coming and... I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber. Not far from my old place. After you sent Galerius, I just want to spend the... Thank you. And you. Wonderful.
Greetings. Thank you for your kind... I'm recovering, Octavia. I'm already... Men have... And you...
It is an honor to... You... Oh, of course. I too would like to offer my thanks. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman. And instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me. Indeed. Thank you.
Nice to meet. I go by Rufus now. For what you did, sorry. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up. It's very... Haven't decided what I'm going to... Huh. Good to know. You too.
It's so nice to finally meet. I wanted to thank you, and for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come... I'm studying to be an architect again, and living with Rufus in a beautiful flat in Rotterdam. Just down the river from Nijmegen. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic build. You natives of the 20... You too, as Rufus said, if you're ever in the Netherlands, we...
Hello there. Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto off, Proserpine... Don't worry. Nobody... I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. You can try some of our very own... Thanks.
It's nice to finally put a face to... I understand. The way you just showed up out of the... I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. Every day I look... So we're living each day sitting together on our and I... Thank you. You too.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpine, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention. Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling, I was able to control their tongues. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still, after witnessing Pluto punish countless, so I tried to give them a way to buy more time. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. And you. Oh, and one last thing. Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
That was a cute game. So I hope you enjoyed the Forgotten City, live in better games in the future. Alright, that's that.